for video number 1, the Philippines continues to face the challenge of effectively addressing the problem of illegal cyber activity and crime victimization, a challenge it shares among developing countries in Southeast Asia and in other parts of the world as well. According to Crazy Tech website, cybercriminals uses the internet and computer technology to hack users. Personal computers, smartphone data, personal details from social media, business secrets, national secrets, and etc. Criminals who perform these illegal activities through the internet are called hackers. Though the law enforcement agency are trying to tackle this problem, it is growing and regularly many people have become victims of identity theft, hacking, and malicious software.
It can happen to anyone. It can happen to us. It can happen to you. Our team is concerned with the national issue regarding cybercrime, especially online and SMS scams. Receiving scam texts was nothing new, but it was alarming when the text specifically included the receiver's full name. This implies the occurrence of a data leak from our trusted applications, raising the issue on information security. The instance happened this recent September. According to the Philippine Inquirer Alden Monzon and Tyron Jasper Pied's report, the National Privacy Commission or the NPC has started investigation on the text scam reports along with the National Telecommunications Commission under the PNP. According to the report, from the first semester of 2022, Globe blocked over 784 million scam and spam messages, whereas PLDT and Smart blocked over 78,000 SIM cards and 23 million texts linked to phishing scam sites. The scam texts pretended to be job opportunities, a lottery prize, or just free easy money. These scam texts are a form of phishing attack where scammers manipulate users into giving out personal and sensitive information such as PINs, passwords, and the like. Once the scammers have the scam victim's data, they have full control over the user's financial account.
According to Bruce Knair, data is the pollution problem of the information age, and protecting privacy is the environmental challenge. In this new age of technology, national issues about cybercrimes have always been a constant in the news everywhere. Various issues and hot topics about people getting scammed, fooled in the internet, encountering spam emails from unknown persons, sources and sites, and many more has been reported throughout the world. But what is this cybercrimes that we are hearing about? According to Brush and others from 2021, cybercrime as defined is a criminal activity that involves the use of modern technology such as computer, network, device, or a network to gain access to other servers. For instance, cybercrimes target other computers to infect a computer virus that then spreads out, successfully infecting the system, therefore breaking its security.
In the Philippines, Republic Act No. 10175 or the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 created the Office of Cybercrime under the Department of Justice and designated it as the central activity in all matters relating to international mutual assistance and extradition for cybercrime and cyber-related matters. It also acts as the focal agency in formulating and implementing law enforcement investigation and prosecution strategies in curbing cybercrime and cyber-related offenses nationwide.
Now, who are the involved organizations or institutions that have any relation to cybercrime? Now, the organizations that have proven to have great results in defending and battling against cybercrime are the OOC and the FMA. Now, the OOC, which is a branch of the DOH or Department of Justice, focuses heavily on the content netizens are prone to absorbing in the form of deceitful ads and banners in unprotected websites. Now, the OOC also tackles the people who send spam messages that can be in this form. I'll be showing a picture. Now, the one I just showed you are examples of potential scammers that have some form of information about you, such as your name, your email address, or phone number, and the likes. Now, the FMA mainly focuses on the digital rights of netizens, but in some form are capable of protecting internet users from dangerous elements circulating the internet. Now, they do this by holding webinars and sharing their knowledge on their website.
One of the most active groups in addressing Philippine national crime is the Philippine National Police Anti-Cybercrime Group. They were activated February 27, 2013, and their most recent accomplishment is the arrest of a duo making 2,282,000 pesos worth of romance scams. Additionally, they frequently make advocacy campaigns about recent cybercrime trends as well as weekly reports about their progress. If these progress reports are accurate, then they would average a arrest or investigation per day as well as multiple surveillances.
This can happen through SMS messages, but also through calls, websites, and online communication platforms such as Messenger, Telegram, and Viber. Authorities advise not to give out any sensitive information online, especially ones in relation to bank and e-wallet applications. Several banks also advise that they would never ask for their users' passwords, especially not through text. This can happen through SMS messages, but also through calls, websites, and online.
Technology is always involved in cybercrime. It can be done through a phone call or a text message, or even through the use of internet using the different social media apps. Technology is always involved in cybercrime. It can be done through a phone call or a text message, or even through the use of internet using the different social media apps. Technology is always involved in cybercrime. It can be done through a phone call or a text message, or even
Social media, one of the primest examples of a cybercrime setting. However, it is often overlooked that cybercrime can take place so long as there is the potential for a user to forge identity or even maintain anonymity. This way, the criminal can detach themselves from their crime, making cybercrime frustrating for both the police and the victim themselves. Ergo, any website, email, or text not confirmed by a trusted and reliable source is a potential cybercrime setting.
For the video number 4, the utilization of technology as it expands and develops in various industry and sectors in the country is arising. It is expected to increase due to the lack of necessary safeguards to prevent, and in some cases because of the lack of understanding on the risk involving regarding of the misuse of technology. Rapid technological growth and development have provided vast areas of new opportunity and efficient sources for organizations and sizes. While causes of cyber attacks vary, some occur again and again, and here are the top 3 ways we're letting the criminals in. So let's be vigilant about this. First is lack of security assistance. In 2019, 23 million accounts were still using the password 123456. 71% of accounts are protected by password used on multiple websites. Our password habits need to change. Number 2, system vulnerabilities. In January 2020, American software developer SolarWindows, subject to a cyber attack, cybercriminals exploited a vulnerability in the company's software after employees shared details on the system flaw online. The attacker succeeded in stealing the administrative credentials of an account holder, and it is thought the same group was behind the ransomware attacks that crippled 22 cities in America. So, if we're not being aware of changing of passwords and clicking off or trusting a specific ransomware, we are in a lot of risk in terms of being a victim of cybersecurity or cyber criminals. So the last one is assessing risk. In fact, it is the risk that's growing every day. To reverse this trend, we need to begin protecting ourselves online. Ordinary people need to know the risk of cyber attacks as well as the basic preventive measures they can take to keep safe from cybercrime. As we all knew that even ordinary people uses technology to communicate with others, it is necessary for us to employ fascinating outcomes and share knowledge through how we will protect ourselves simply in a simple way that everyone could understand. That's it.
Eminent in the existence of cybercrimes and why people are constantly doing it is to make money or profit. Due to the hardship of that one encounters in life, one resolves their situation to crimes that they can control and are accustomed. As the trend of modern technology shows its advantages and disadvantages, some people learn to develop this sense of knowledge of hacking into the computer industry. Using this knowledge and adding the circumstance that they have, increase of cybercrimes can be seen through their actions. Furthermore, according to Kaspersky from 2022, most cybercriminals commit their crimes because of money, personal, and political reasons. It can be carried out by an organization or an individual. Also, due to the unawareness of people, they become an easy target in cybercrimes, thus leading to an increase in its cases.
Now, what are the reasons for the existence of cybercrime in the Philippines? Now, cybercrime can stem from various reasons ranging from money all the way up to governmental issues. Now, the Philippines, based on the article given by the Philippine National Police, confirms that the causes of cybercrimes in the Philippines are mostly political and financially motivated. Now, cybercrime in the Philippines are majorly motivated by finance and politics, as I just said. Now, victims of these cyber attacks are the Filipino people who lack the proper safeguards and knowledge to these attacks, as well as government officials who are prone to information leaks.
Worldwide lockdown has demanded that students switch to online education for months. As Lasallian students, being vigilant to actions are the most effective ways to prevent cybersecurity threats, avoid publishing personal data in social networks to mitigate data theft. Moreover, think twice before sharing your personal information. For the most part, payment scams involve the exaction of money. They promise to give you raffle prizes and gadgets if you pay them a fee. However, in some cases, the criminals may attempt to destroy your identity or do the identity theft. The best advice is not to use file sharing software, on which there are a lot of that in the internet, by using or by clicking links that from unknown sources. But if you do, make sure you employ the following precautions. Overall, being an excellent observant and responsible student protect us to possible danger. That is how our team will be empowering other people to provide awareness in terms of data theft or cybersecurity problems.
To address this national issue, I believe it starts with ourselves and our awareness on similar national issues. These scams can be mitigated if we know it is a scam and do not fall victim to it. In a report by Bridget Small and FTC, younger people up to the age of 29 are more likely to fall for these scam texts. Yet, older people lose more money with a median of $1,500 in the US. Phishing scams rely only on the victim's lack of awareness, so publicly discussing and sharing this issue will weaken the scammer's potential in tricking more victims. This can be done by posting on social media sites, as well as personally advising our friends and loved ones not to fall for these scam messages. With today's economy, losing money is no joke, and with one post, one share, and one message, we could potentially save a life.
To help resolve and address the cybercrime cases, our team has guaranteed guidelines and informative reminders to the public on how to deal with possible cyber attacks coming from cybercriminals. People should be fully aware and knowledgeable that there is truly cases of cybercrimes and one must avoid risking it. Having a careful and attentive attitude and behavior on the data people put on the internet can be another form of solution to mitigate this issue or concern. Furthermore, having the interest to fully know and learn on how to protect your data online, activities and ventures can not just help mitigate but have the initiative to stop inviting cybercriminals everywhere. Hence, there are a lot of ways to mitigate and resolve this issue or concern, but our team stands to inform everyone or the public to be safe and be aware on its forms of attacks and approach.
We must understand how spending time using technology may expose us to illegal activities. We must learn how we can be digitally intelligent and responsible users of technology. We must also take initiative in dissemination of information about cybercrime and help other people become more aware on how they can keep themselves digitally safe. We must understand how spending time using technology may expose us to illegal activities. We must learn how we can be digitally intelligent and responsible users of technology.
Now, since this generation is heavily centered around technology and the internet, the best ways to reduce the amount of victims of cybercrime is to provide knowledge from personal experiences so that we may spread awareness to potential scammers and that appear through phone calls, text messages, and emails. Now, avoiding suspicious elements when setting the internet is a must, as this will allow you to avoid advertisements that are potential scams. And now, to identify these suspicious elements, it is most likely when there are a lot of ads that appear frequently around the site. Now, when this happens, it is most likely an unprotected site and therefore must be avoided.
As a Lasallian student, I have my stance on how to resolve the cybercrime issue in our country. To begin, people must be aware of what cybercrime is. Especially now that we are more familiar with the online world, we must know what to do and what not to do in order to protect ourselves overall. Next, now that we know what kind of national issue this is, people must take precautionary measures to avoid becoming a victim of it, such as avoiding scams through the use of texts, calls, and so on. Do not answer or believe in those texts if you do not know who is texting you. Next, use strong passwords in your online accounts for safety, use a filled-to-the-brim online security condition, manage your social media settings, and finally, spread your awareness on how to prevent and protect yourself from cybercrime issue. Furthermore, expanding and promoting your knowledge will benefit many people and reduce the likelihood of cybercrime issues in our country and other countries.
The simplest way we can positively influence cybercrime is through simply informing. Under our current restrictions and resources, it is very unpractical to directly attack the criminals themselves. However, we can prevent victims. The collective information of our experiences and knowledge can reduce the potential victims by informing them of what to look out for.